Hey guys, I was just looking back through the last few comments that I received. I went away to America and then I came back and about 129 missed comments that I've slowly been trying to address. Might not get to all of you, I'm sorry. There was an inquiry about this most recent video I made where I was just gluing this back down at the front and it was peeling off at the front, even though it was only a small amount of sweat. I'd just been on the orbital, this elliptical, which is like a treadmill, but you move your arms back and forward and your feet slide and you don't hurt your back or anything. And I've got a broken toe in America. I was pressing down on a broken toe that I broke when I was about 12 because there's a lump there, and then I refractured it and it really inflated, and I've been wearing this thing on my leg, but I haven't been wearing it and I'm supposed to be keeping my foot up, whatever. Anyway, the orbital is an okay piece of machinery that I can use with a broken back and a broken foot. Anyway, this front hairline that I just re-glued down peeled off easily. Not just because I was sweating, but because when this is poly, right? So the procedure is you glue the back bit down here on the scalp, then you place the poly unit down, and then there's a rim you leave blank at the front, and then you just glue that bit, and then you push it down so it lands exact, right? Otherwise you'd be guessing, and then you would clean up all the glue here. It's impossible, and it makes a mess. Or you've underdone it, and then you've got to use a Q-tip. It's all a pain in the ass. So what you do is you just glue that bit first, then leave this bit unglued at the front, and then you just glue along there. And when you're doing that, when you're gluing along that front bit along the front of the poly, and you're gluing the poly directly, right? There's always a major risk of the glues going beyond the poly and into these front hairs. Imagine that's upside down. The hair can get glue in it then. So I'm reluctant to go right to the edge with enough glue. So the glue is actually thicker further back in here, and then when it gets to the front, I haven't got the glue thickness that I really needed. It's what I've just done then, in the previous video, which I only posted about an hour or 2 hours ago, I told you I was gonna glue that, and I did, and I went right to the edges with a thicker layer of glue right along the front there. There's actually a bit of glue that's protruding out here. A comment that somebody made was that Dove dry shampoo, which you spray onto your hair, can conceal shine, which is great, fantastic. Try that out. Tell me how you go. This is the stuff I've been using, Shine Killer, which I hardly ever use, but sorry, I just put that much on my finger. And I'm just gonna rub that along this front section and see if it blends into my scalp even better. And it instantly looks amazing. Like, I could see that there was some plastic shininess underneath the hairs. And when I put this stuff on, it actually instantly went away. So if the Dove dry shampoo stuff works this well, I'd say definitely get some of that. Yeah, so there's also another problem. In the previous video, you could probably see a gap back here. That's because I had some overhang coming back over this way, and I wanted to brush my hair forward, and the natural hairs, after I cut them, were unable to overcome the lip, so they were being pushed back, and these hairs, so it was all just sort of standing up around here. So I just, while the hairpiece was still on my head, I just leaned it forward and just tried to cut this bit out here, which left an unfortunate gap. So I'm gonna have to keep that brushed over. And so long as I go with the brush back look, I should be okay. So hopefully that explains a little bit about why the front lifts, even though I was only sweating a small amount in that particular instance, about 26 degrees, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, sweat will obviously make your hairpiece become unstuck a lot more easily than cold weather. Cold weather is ideal. If you're hot or sweating or exercising and stuff, don't be peeling away at your hair, because that's when it's at its weakest. And it's not necessarily that the glue is separating from the hairpiece itself, it's that a layer of water, salt water, sweat, has come in between. So there's the scalp, there's the sweat, there's the glue, and there's the hairpiece. I haven't got 4 hands to show you all that, but there you go, you got thumbs now. That's the head, the scalp, that's the sweat, that's the glue, and that's the hairpiece. The separation tends to separate between the sweat and the glue, because what's the glue sticking to anymore? Not a dry scalp. This was a warning that came obviously to me when I first decided to start wearing poly compared to lace, because poly doesn't breathe at all. Lace allows heat to escape. I was going to put little chimney holes with a pin or a needle or something small, so that it could all just, the heat would escape, and therefore evaporation wouldn't need to occur as much, but it could happen more easily. Or rather, heat could vent out rather than heat getting stuck under there. And I only have a hairpiece that's this big compared to people who have full caps. So this is the length that I think is probably best for my face. I've tried a lot of different hairstyles. In looking back at the several videos I've been looking at today, trying to respond to comments, a lot of them are on video 11, by the way. Cutting and fitting my hairpiece. Video 11, that's got about 120,000 views. About 500 comments, something. I think it's got a good thumbnail. It's got a picture of me without hair, sort of looking upset, right? I don't remember exactly. And then me looking handsome and shit with hair. And then people go, yeah, fucking shave it off, bro. And then other people go, no, he should do what he likes. And then other people going, people who are bald or ugly, you just need to lose weight, you fat ass. Stuff like that, as you'd expect. So, my natural hairline used to come down about 1 centimetre lower. So my forehead is about 1 centimetre higher than it probably needs to be. Another observation people often make, even though they're not really understanding what's going on here, is that they think that my hair piece is curved that way. And I might have done it once or twice, but it never has been like, it's very rarely like that. It's going up like that, and I cut it up there in the previous video. Well, it's basically straight across. Okay, so it goes up there like that. But then the hairs just tend to fall down a bit. Okay, maybe it is going a bit like that. This side isn't. That's the side I cut. That seems too high to me. Maybe I shouldn't have cut off that much. Would have been better to just leave it like that. Well, I never get it perfect. I've never got it perfect, but I've usually got it good enough. And the great thing about having short hair is that when you wake up, it's kind of done. It's a lot easier to not look like a fucking crazy person. And especially with my ultra curly hair that I actually have naturally. Having short hair means that the curls never even get to begin. And so with stick-on hair, I can get the hair that I always dreamed of which means straight hair, without having to worry about straightening my hair. Obviously, I prefer to have a full head of natural hair, but having curly hair when I was younger, or even now, I'd be bald with curly hair. That was terrible. Not an option. Also, people say, just shave it off, bro. Why don't you ever try to shave it? Well, actually, I can't remember what video number it is, but there's a video of me just looking at my bald head in the mirror, and people are saying, you look fucking ugly. And other people are saying, just do what you feel, don't worry about the way you look. See, that category of idea, don't care about the way you look, is completely against what my whole channel is about, vanity. So, if you didn't understand that this is about vanity, then you're kind of a few sandwiches short of a picnic. This is definitely about vanity, because vanity makes you care about your appearance so that you're treated better in life, obviously. I don't need to draw you a picture, do I? I'm not going to, so.